This. Zoom back in. That's better. This. Sometimes this. Or this. Definitely a good dose of this. Or this. And definitely always this. Can hugely benefit this. That's right, you're running, or you're swimming, or you're cycling. For just a really small commitment to it, you're going to reap massive benefits. But I think, for the majority, it's really hard to pin down what strength and conditioning actually is, because it's a bit of a catch-all phrase, isn't it? It could be a lot of things. This is what I think it is. Well, I take strength and conditioning to mean any exercise that can improve your strength, size, endurance, or function of your skeletal muscle. Get back out to me running, because I don't know how many more press-ups I've got left in me. So I think we could all probably agree that strength and conditioning is a bit of an umbrella term for a load of different things, and trust me, I've tried almost all of these that I've just listed with varying degrees of success. But in my constantly evolving process during training, one thing that I will openly admit is that if I'm time crunched or feeling tired, strength and conditioning is the first thing to go. I make no secret of that. I haven't hidden it, and I've made a lot of videos about it. So I've constantly been looking for things that will work for me personally, fit into my time, and have the most bang for buck. And I think I'm starting to get there. And again, let's be honest, the majority of you on this journey with us on this channel are probably the same as us. You enjoy the process of running or swimming or cycling. You know strength and conditioning makes that better and easier, but you like the running. The thing with all of those exercises that I've just talked about, so gym weights, Pilates, yoga, all of the things I've talked about, it wasn't the fact that I didn't like them that didn't see me carry them on, because I've done them for a number of years, but it was more the time that I would have to spend doing them in one go. That was the bit that always got me. Could I dedicate long term 30 to 40 minutes a day to yoga or Pilates? And the answer, quite simply, with training for an Ironman, was no. But on the flip side of that, I firmly believe that strength and conditioning does and will continue to play a really crucial role in my long-term training and health. And I think I finally got the solution. But before I share with you the idea I had and how I came up with it and how Mary and I are implementing it, I need to share some really exciting news with you. But it's Mary's news, but we got to do it in car chat, so you know what's coming. Oh, that can only mean one thing.
Highlight of the week.
Highlight of the week. It means that before we talk about the strength and conditioning routine that we've put together that we're going to do every single morning, we're going to go and have car chat, but also talk about Mary's... What's the matter?
I can't drive.
Mary can't drive, apparently. We're going to talk about Mary's ultra marathon that she's entered next month.
I just thought it sounded like a fun idea.
It is a fun idea. That's what we're going to explain to you. We're going to do a whole video about it, but we're going to explain it. We're going to explain the basics of the idea of this ultra marathon that Mary's doing, a virtual ultra. That. So, Mary, are you doing it this time, this week?
No, I did it last week.
What did you say last week?
Something in your tooth. Seed.
Here you go. We had to stop car chat so Mary could get the seed out of my teeth. It just took like 5 minutes.
It was a wedge.
That's the gap between... Anyway, ultra marathon. Mary has locked in an ultra marathon for April, believe it or not. And we want to tell you about it because actually, if you have ever thought about running an ultra marathon, this might be A, the most interesting way of doing it, and B, a kind of, I would say, a gateway into a full ultra marathon. Let us explain.
So it's called Exposure, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just going back to that point, I actually didn't think I'd ever run. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. Not this year, anyway. But I am. But it doesn't feel like an ultra marathon.
No, it's called Exposure, and it's run by Paul Giblin, who's a professional ultra runner, and he's the leader of Team Pylon, who you probably, if you follow the channel, you know about, because two of my close friends, John, who runs for Pylon and, you know, is been on multiple videos, me doing my ultra marathon and lots of other stuff, and his brother Graham, who was on the podcast, they're part of Team Pylon, and they're putting on a interesting virtual race called Exposure. We'll do a real breakdown of it all, and hopefully we'll get Paul on the channel, but very briefly, you pick an exposure length, 6 hours, which is a 50k race, 12 hours, which is a 100k race, and 24 hours, which is a 100-mile race.
Okay.
And within those, each hour you await instructions after having given Paul and the crew the level of runner that you're at, the level of running that you're at. They will send you instructions of how much distance of the 50 kilometers you have to cover
Per hour.
but they only send you it on the hour, so you don't know ahead of time how much you have to run. So it might be that they let you know in the first hour we want you to complete 7 kilometers.
Yeah.
And then how fast you do it, it's all a game, basically. It's trying to get yourself to the end feeling good. So
yeah, but also you've got to balance it, because you're like, okay, I've got to get 7 kilometers done, but I want to get as much rest as well.
yes.
So you've got to like work out how you manage your time, but you can't plan it because you don't know the distances until the time.
It's just an interesting concept, a fun concept, a gateway into an ultra. We'll do a full video about it, but that's what Mary's got coming up at the end of April. And if you're interested, type Pylon, which is Pylon, I'll put it down here, Exposure on the internet, and I'll put a link to that in this video.
Yeah,
and we'll
do it with me.
We'll do a full video, and you can do it with Mary if you want to do it, if you want to experience that. I know there's a few people that watch this channel that already do ultras, so you know you could race with Mary on her first ultra.
And I chose the 6 hour because...
Oh, that's probably a good point. We need to say that, but yeah, Mary chose the 6 hour 50k. It's the first, you know, your first attempt.
Well, yeah, and it's like I would actually be so tempted just to do something wild like the 12 hour, but I am working the next day, so
yeah, and you're not there yet. Oh, we never even said.
it just came out.
Did it? Out my mouth.
It was nothing huge. Cut there.
Oh, it's like a magic seed.
There's a magnet in that.
There's a seed that keeps appearing in this part of my tooth, and we got rid of it, and now it's back in there. And we'd never even said. Should we do it together this time? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
What have you done to me?
I
What
don't
am I
know.
doing?
Right, strength and conditioning. Let's do it. Makes sense. This is it. So, this routine is a 10-minute workout, and I know I've shared one with you last summer, but we've improved it. And it came about really because during the third lockdown, lockdown 3.0, I was the kind of Joe Wicks for my school, running workouts every day to every year group. I started to find that there was some exercises I was doing that were really benefiting me. I was feeling like I was really feeling them, and then I was feeling stronger when I was training afterwards. So this workout really is a composite of all of the 10 best exercises I found worked for me and it benefited my running and cycling.
And now you're making me do it. But it is actually, I can feel it working. I've been doing it for a week and I can feel it already.
Yes. So this is actually 10 minutes, 10 exercises. All of them are 45 seconds with a 15-second breather in between exercises. And the reason that we're still in the clothes that we've been wearing today is because it's, you know, these exercises are not going to get you a hot, sweaty mess. They're just, you can just do them whenever, wherever, in whatever clothing. That's what I like about them.
Yeah, it gives you an inner fire, like it warms you up, like switches on your internal central heating.
Okay, should we get going?
Let's do it.
So the first movement is a kind of yoga movement. It's chaturanga, which is almost just a press up. You lower yourself down to the floor and then you come into up, what they call up dog, and you just hold yourself there for about 5 seconds, just get a nice stretch in the back, and then once you've done about 5 seconds you go up into downward dog, which is the opposite of up dog, and you just hold yourself there, just moving your heels around to the floor, and then you just repeat. So that should take about 20 to 25 seconds, and then you come back down, chaturanga, and you get the gist, right? Exercise 2 is slow mountain climbers. Right knee to left elbow, left knee to right elbow for 45 seconds. The next 2 exercises are just the alternating leg versions of the single leg glute bridge. So you hold your left leg in the air and push yourself up and down with your right leg, and then left leg. Just hold it at the top for maybe 1, 2, lower yourself back down. The next 2 are just both sides of something they call hip dips. So you just let your hips lower to the ground and then bring it back up into a plank. And you're on your hand here. Lower to the ground, back up into a plank. And this is the left side that I'm making Mary do, because these are really hard coordination wise as well.
Concentrating. This is a killer.
Exercise 7 is just 45 seconds of squats. So feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing slightly out, and make sure the knees track over the toes, straight back, like that. Just 45 seconds. This one's actually my favourite, 45 seconds of plank leg lifts. So just control the movement. This is the core Pilates move. 45 seconds of breathing in for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. And feet are off the ground, shoulder blades and head off the ground. I'm just going to keep holding you there until... Okay, last one is moving plank. All you do is hips up into the air and back down into plank. And repeat that for 45 seconds. And that is it. 10 minutes worth every morning. And I know what you're thinking, that it won't work. It only 10 minutes. Trust me, it's about accumulation and consistency. If you do this every single day, it is going to reap huge rewards in your training. I really believe that.
Yeah, I feel like I've got benefits after 1 week.
And I was doing it kind of twice a day at one point when I was doing the workouts with the pupils, and just really felt strong in every part of my body, core, upper body, lower body, like just it works.
I feel like I'm gonna get sides.
You have sides.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But what I'm saying also is that this is 10 minutes. You can almost get away without even thinking about it, and that is 70 minutes of core workouts in a week. And then if you do what we do, we've got a kind of rotation of about 5 or 6 different other 10-minute exercises with power bands that we use in the evening, and you're looking at 2 hours 20 in the week of strength and conditioning exercises. We're not doing a focused strength and conditioning workout that takes 45 minutes. My attention span can't take that.
Yeah, it never feels like a big layout, but you build up the minutes so much over the week.
Yeah, they accumulate.
No, you don't. Oh, this is a better core workout.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have to actually explain the joke now.
I can't. It's not translatable.
We'll see you Sunday for another tasty vlog of some sort.
If you think I should set Ben's training sessions for a week, comment below and then we'll make it happen.
No, we won't. Have a good week.